Hey guys, and welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. My name is Green Zero, and here I am on the map Tiberium Rift. We're here for another 1v1 today. It's been a while since I did some proper videos. I mean, they are pretty few and far between these days. Trying to do some more frontline. Obviously, there's some streams coming up, and of course, you're already aware that there is the conclusion to the World Championship Series with the 3v3, but we'll talk about that another time. You would have seen the ad at the start of this video. Let's have a look at these players. Haruspex is playing as the Cyan screen on the right-hand side, and his opponent, Shoktrepet Russian. It's the battle of the Russians here as the, not yellow, red nod. So this game is already underway. We see the scouts going to the top. Looks like Shoktrepet just goes for the single garrison there, so not looking to do anything fancy. Has the Harvester out there now. Looks like it's going to be a clean scout here for Haru, although there is a Shredder turret queued here, so he's obviously intending to wait for that scout to come through, and then he's going to kill that off. Very nice there. Deploys the war factory down now, so I have to see if he's going to go for an operation center, but no, there's actually another squad there as well, so Haru did trick him by spacing his squads out, forcing him to he's actually going to have to draft another one. Now, can Haru actually see the war factory? He can see the war... No, he can't actually see the war factory. He might have been able to see in that that animation there that a harvester was coming out, but that's nothing sus yet. You'd always build a harvester first in most situations. There's another scout coming in. Oh my god, he had to draft yet another tower. That's 3 towers he had to draft. So with the squad he built, he's gone for a total of 4. Haru, oh, that's a bit unnecessary there. Going to pack up and move the MCV, but he knows it's too rough. He knows he's not getting rushed, so he sacrificed all of his scouts, but he knows he's not getting rushed. This harvester here powers back up just in time. Nice micro there. Scrin wants to get that second power plant down because it takes a long time to pack up and deploy his Scrin, so you don't want to waste too much time. The 4th harvester is going to the blue Tiberium field, so that's pretty quick. I mean, we can see that Shoktrepet already has 4 harvesters. Raider Buggy comes out. Actually, of course, they're both on 4 harvesters. Not to be somewhat slightly ahead because of the slightly cheaper power plant. They spend just $500 for their power plant. Scrin has them at $600, and GDI is getting ripped off the most at $700 per power plant. We can see the Raider Buggy coming in now. And this is going to be annoying for Haru because, of course, there is a bike coming out now because his second bike is now being rallied down here. So it's like, oh, God, I have to go around. And I mean, sending your 4th harvester, there's not even enough blue Tiberium to make it worth your while. So even if he stayed there, he wouldn't be able to fill his tanks up. And now, oh, excuse me, the Seeker tank has to come in to try to save these. He's actually going to lose a Seeker tank here. So Seeker tank will go down. 1 bike is destroyed. Unfortunately, not able to focus that down. He will get the buggy as well, clean up the scouting squad. The harvester will get away. The harvester will not die, but the harvester has been doing literally nothing since it was built. I mean, it's got an itty bitty amount of blue tib in there, not enough to make it worthwhile. So, I mean, considering the trade-off there, I mean, Shoktrepet would definitely be enjoying that. He's got a ref down the expansion. Haru is about to pop his ref down. Don't want to delay too heavily to put that ref down. He knows there's bikes up there as well because he's pulling the harvester early. He has nothing to defend that. He's going to have to pull his harvester long, and Shoktrepet's just going to keep chasing. I mean, if there's no units... Oh, he turns around. Oh, no, he realizes. He realized for a second there that he thought it had gone all the way, but I think he might be able to save this. Meanwhile, Haru was desperate to push this attack, but we're seeing a laser turret down there and infantry squads. Those units are not going to get anywhere. He doesn't lose a harvester. Those bikes will be repelled, but, I mean, Haru just has to back off. This is going pretty well for Shoktrepet. It's going quite well for Shoktrepet. These 4 Seeker tanks are not going to be able to do too much because, I mean, he has a barracks there. He's got 1 rocket squad, which I guess is not much, but the laser turret is there. He can probably micro back the harvesters. 2 of the bikes are still alive. Haru now just remining. For some reason, sent his harvester way out in the field. So, again, he hasn't lost any harvesters, but the lost mining time for Haru is pretty staggering right now. He has lost a ton of mining time, whereas Shoktrepet has lost basically no mining time whatsoever. Blue tip field is starting to grow quite a bit. Definitely worth sending a harvester there. Neither side has real control over it. I mean, we do have the Seeker tanks here, so I mean, yeah, Haru could send a harvester back. He's got a disintegrator squad there as well. Always handy to have them. Very cheap, these disintegrator squads, and they can be quite troublesome to deal with if you don't have any anti-infantry to deal with them. You know, because their damage output is, of course, very high, especially for their cost. Shredder turret comes down now. That power plant, he might be able to pick that up. Look at, he even sells the power plant. It's like, well, he can probably just destroy that. So he's not even going to attempt to defend it or even let him shoot at it. He's just going to sell it and then just back off. Scorpion tank's coming out now. He's more than capable of defending this, and he's got a great economy going. He's got 5 and 2 on the expansion. Tech center just popped as well. I'm assuming we've got 5 and 2 here. 4 and 2, so that doesn't matter too much. Not too big of a deal. Haru trying to get his economy up and running. You can see he hasn't taken anywhere near as much tib field off of his expansion as what Shoktrepet has. More Seeker tanks coming through now. He will get that blue Tiberium, so that's something. He definitely needs that blue Tiberium to get his economy back on track. And he does have a surprising amount of map control because he does have all these units out that Shoktrepet is not really too fussed or concerned about doing anything about. He's just working his way up. He is going for probably what's going to be laser capacitors. Yeah, because we have dozer blades. So he's going to go for dozer laser scorps. And he's going to have them very early on in this fight as well. Small hit squad down there. Probably won't be able to achieve too much. Shields is done though. Shields is done. That's going to help Haruspex. I think these were spotted. They were spotted. All completely destroyed there. That Raider Buggy may be able to sneak through. Oh, he's just going to get through, but not sure what he can achieve. Maybe if Shoktrepet wants to do some clicks. But look at that. He had a crane, of course, we saw before. Allows him to put that refinery down as soon as he deploys. But he has powered it down. And this is so the harvester does not come out of that that refinery, because the Seeker tanks more than likely will just be able to destroy that. Dozer Blaze is done. Lasers is not. Lasers just completes and Haru sees it. And this is not too bad for Haru. Actually, Stormrise. He spots the Stormrise. That's pretty bad for him because he can just go Laser Venoms. But Haru knows that Lasers is done now, and he didn't find out in the middle of a fight when he was losing a ton of units. So the Stormrise are now, they're actually going to come down here and they're going to attack with the Seeker tanks. So there's a couple of rocket squads, probably not enough though, and he's able to pick off some of these. Buzzer Swarm comes down as well. He's able to pick off some of the tanks. He's now trying to focus them down. The Harvesters do have stealth, but not for long because the Seeker tanks are here, and the Scorpion tanks are going to have to try to fight this. This is a pretty intense fight that's happening right now. So Haru is really pushing into this field. He's not quite targeting the Harvesters. Will he get the Harvesters? He's now targeting the Harvesters. 2 Harvesters will be destroyed straight away, very quickly. And Haru is just going to back up a little bit. A turret will come down. 2 more Harvesters there, but yeah, Shoktrepet pulls them relatively quickly. Pretty good attack there from Haru. He didn't really lose much at all in that. I mean, a couple of Seeker tanks here and there, but stopping this dead in its tracks. Although 3 refineries here from Shoktrepet. He's still got the crane. And now he's going lasers, laser buggies with laser scorps. Now the laser buggies will be nice versus the Storm Riders if he can get enough of them out. They shouldn't do too badly here. And yeah, I think they're actually going to do okay against these Storm Riders. Storm Riders don't really want to see too much lasers here. It's probably going to be the triple laser strat. Obviously, if he adds on the Venoms, we'll see the complete triple laser strat. But whether or not he's actually going to do that, I'm not sure. He might just decide to keep running buggies right now. There's actually a Harvester there. Can't reveal the stealth. It's going back to the main base, which is a bit of a bad rally for Shoktrepet. It's definitely come from the bottom field. Might want to be careful. That turret could definitely be blocking that refinery at some point in time. Turret will come down here. Tib core, is it done? No tib core. There's another turret back there. So yeah, you don't really want to fly around those AA turrets with Storm Riders because it's just not cost effective or anything like that. They're really difficult to deal with because even if you destroy the turret heads, they just come back for free. And they're just a pain to deal with for Storm Riders. Very cheap and cost effective to deploy. Not super powerful without tib core, so you can definitely tank quite a number of rockets, but we'll have to see if tib core is on the cards. No tib core on the way, so he's confident that he doesn't need Tiberium core. He's really hustled around this base. Look at how close these buildings are. Haru, of course, has been able to expand very freely and get himself back into the game through his very proactive play. I think he's even repairing. Yeah, he is. He's repairing and he's replacing the losses that he had on the Storm Riders. Keeping 8 Storm Riders is great for map control. It'll shut down any type of notable harass from the Nod player. You know, I guess they could use Bite Buggy, but I mean, he hasn't committed to Bite Buggy now. He's got tanks, and you know, tanks, of course, are not going to do anything at Storm Riders, and Storm Riders, of course, counter those quite well. Redeemer comes out. So the Redeemer is out. We've got the Storm Riders coming back over here now. Has he increased their numbers? I think he's got, yeah, he's going up to 12 Storm Riders now, so he really wants to push this hard. I think he's going to need tib core. And the Seeker tanks come in. Oh my god, the Seeker tanks catch Harvesters. 2 Harvesters are dead straight away. He snipes 2 Harvesters, and you know what? He just leaves. He doesn't even lose a Storm Rider. He loses like 1 Seeker tank for 2 more Harvester kills. It's very nice from Haru. Shoktrepet, unfortunately, unable to defend adequately. And those last 2 engagements there, and that's just taken a little bit of a hit, and he's going to just kite. He's going to kite the edge, and I mean, the Raider Buggies, yeah, they can damage the Storms, but I mean, there's not enough of them. The Storms are just like, hey, we can just destroy these now. I think he's going to need something stronger than that. I think he's going to need something stronger. He might need to deploy some tib core stealth tanks, or maybe get up a Venom Ball, or something like that. I mean, Venoms, of course, can be destroyed by Storm Riders as well, but Venoms are, of course, a lot cheaper, and are very, very fast. Very good at targeting that down. Is he going for Tib Core? He's still not going for Tib Core. He knows that he's up against quite a lot of Storm Riders. And he's, oh, look at this. Planetary Assault Carriers coming out from Haru. He doesn't actually have the shield upgrade going for now. Going for a Hexapod. He's going for some extremely expensive Nod units here. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't lose too much here. And I'm surprised that Shoktrepet, he has not baited out the Tib Core yet. I guess he's not really baiting out Tib Core, but he's not pressuring Shoktrepet. Shoktrepet believes, hey, I don't need Tib Core to deal with this. It's just some Storm Riders. I can deal with them with my lasers. He's going to come up against quite a few Planetary Assault Carriers, which, I mean, Shoktrepet has no knowledge of those. If we have a look at Shoktrepet's vision, he's got no clue that those Planetary Assault Carriers are being built. Now, Planetary Assault Carriers aren't something you see in 1v1 very often because they're extremely expensive, you know, they can be countered. But if you can get up, you know, 6, 7, 8 of them and bust them on your enemy, they can just become impossible to stop, especially once you get to about 10 or 12. They become almost impossible to stop. They can reach a critical mass, and he's going to spot them now. It's actually a Devastator warship there, and I think now he realizes he's going for a lot of infantry. He's going for infantry upgrades. Venoms are responding. He's sort of completely transitioned all of his tech out here. And the Planetary Assault Carriers are now starting to attack that. Venoms are coming in here, but I mean, he could call in the Ion Storm. He could definitely call in the Ion Storm. I'm not sure why he's... Yeah, Haru's a bit split up there, isn't he? He's got some units down the bottom, but he's got that Storm Column powered down as well, which is not... It's definitely not helping. Haru's not handling this engagement very well at all here, just losing his Air Force now. Finally repowers the Storm Rider. Not the Storm Rider, the Storm Column, but we've seen at least 4 Planetary Assault Carriers fall now. That's quite a lot. I mean, the Redeemer is almost dead. The Storms are coming in. I'm not sure where they've been. They're all split up, and they're going to fly directly across this army here. One of them getting shot down there. Might lose another one. Yeah, does lose another one there. We can see the wreckage in the background. The Storm, the thing about the Iron Storm, it really hardcore buffs the air units of Skrin, and that's really going to help out. It's actually going to self-repair the Storm Riders as well. As long as they get back into that that Storm, what do you call it, the Iron Storm. Again, he should just be calling the Iron Storm and these 2 Planetary Assault Carriers here. He's really going to push this forward. Does he have EMP cores? Doesn't have EMP cores. He will get the Redeemer. A bit clumsy there from Shoktrepet to not get it out of there sooner, especially when he's got all these units here. Storm, he has called in the Iron Storm. That makes them very difficult to kill, especially with just lasers. I'm not sure where his Venoms are. You can see on the map his Venoms are now coming back. The Buzzer Swarm goes off here. This is a really unusual place for them to be fighting in. All the tanks are down, but here come the Venoms, and there are a lot of Venoms, and they should just be able to focus these guys down. Haru's going to try to move the Planetary Assault Carriers out of the way. A few of the Storms being shot down. We have Shards coming through as well, tearing into some of those Venoms, but that's fine. He's going to hold this attack. So yeah, again, very haphazard from both teams here. They both could have done a much better job of that. It was acceptable, but still, you can't help but feel that he lost quite a few too many of those Planetary Assault Carriers. He does have shard launchers as well, but those Seekers unable to deal with just the overwhelming amount of Venoms we've got there. There's about 20 Venoms there, so they can really just snipe that down relatively quickly. The Hexapod, of course, is out. Shields is done. Wait, no, he did not have shields for that engagement either. That took a long time to be done. He was to really been pushing the money there, or maybe he went shards first. Yeah, he did. He went shards first, because I was going to say, we saw that upgrade quite a long time ago, but it would have been the shards, and then he went for shields. Haru keeping his fields dry. Actually got a growth accelerator there. Maybe even put another one down. Calling in the Ichor Seed. Is the Nod player doing the same thing? Nod player has a Temple and Nod. I did not see that. He's got a nuke. He's got 3 minutes left. It's already been around for 4 minutes. I didn't even notice that it's there. So there's a nuclear missile on the cards for Shoktrepet. And you know what? I think that's going to pressure Haru to attack, because he's got now about 2 minutes 45 seconds to do something about that. And oh, look at that. Unfortunately, just throwing away some of those Storm Riders there. It's got the EMP cores, and I've got one of Marsleaf's mods on. It is a little bit outdated, the mod. It's actually got a Heroic Venom there, which is a bit of an issue here. I've got one of Marsleaf's latest mods on. You can see he's obviously done something to the Raider buggy there. The EMP cores on the back never used to look like that. That actually looks quite good. He's made a lot of graphical upgrades, and I don't have the latest version of his mod, and he'll almost certainly just write that 18 times in the chat. But I keep it up to date as much as I can. Yeah, I'm going to take out that as well. He's going to get another Heroic Venom. I mean, there's 4 Elite Venoms there. There's 4 Elite ones. I think he just let his Storm Riders get chewed up there. And now he's actually going to be able to focus down buildings. This is weird. He needs to... He's going to have to power micro. This is not good. Yeah, he puts down the Plasma Missile Battery. We'll take out one of those. Plasma Missile Batteries, you don't want to engage them, even with that many Venoms. It's just a waste. That's an $800 structure, which... Again, it's just so dominating to defend against that. Cloaking Field comes down on the Redeemer. Again, we're down to a minute 40 and Haru cannot push. There are simply too many Venoms out. He's got 5 Planetary Assault Carriers. These are in real danger of getting nuked, by the way, because if you launch a nuke, there's only about a 5 or 6 second delay before it comes down. And I mean, yeah, you can try to move. What was that? We have the asteroid coming in now. He's called that on his own field because the asteroid will drop more Tiberium than what it costs. And it also continually regrows the field. So Haru can actually just get more money by calling it in and harvesting it. And then that'll help his economy out. Didn't put a growth accelerator down on this field here. We have a wormhole. What was that? Was he trying to... Where is that wormhole? What the crap? Where is it? Oh my god, he moved his drone ship through the wormhole. He's moving his whole army. He's got 45 seconds to breach this base, and Shoktrepet's army is sort of in position. The Redeemer is way up here. The Redeemer is not in the fight. Oh, Haru's got to hustle. He's got to hustle right now. He's got 30 seconds left on the clock, and he's putting those missile batteries down. And that's going to be a big problem. Vertigo bombers coming in. One of them will get shot down. The other two should be able to escape, but can he breach this area here? The Venoms are coming back along. This is going to be the whole fight right here. This is going to be the whole fight right now. Teleports the hexapod in. He should just call in the Iron Storm. He phases the hexapod. It will be EMP'd. It will be EMP'd. Again, I would have just moved the Planetary Assault Carriers in, used the Ion Storm, because that would have made them extremely difficult to kill. Where are the Venoms? I'm going to have to put that back on. The Venoms are out of the fight. They're in the north. They're not engaging into this area here. The nuclear missile almost certainly will go off here. It's on 0. It's ready to launch. He can launch it, and Haru's just sort of throwing units in. The nuke has been launched. I'm not sure where it's going down. There it is. Oh, I mean, he didn't even need it at the end of the day. Haru is going to lose this fight here. As soon as he's actually going to focus down the drone ship with the Venoms. He puts one more structure down, and oh my god, the Venoms are getting obliterated there. Does he have his heroic one? No, he doesn't have any heroic ones left. He's got some elite ones, but they're getting torn up now. He has destroyed the last of Haru's air force. So the last of Haru's air force is down. So the Venoms all dying. It's bad, obviously, but he doesn't actually need them anymore. I mean, it's obviously much better to have them. A rage gen goes off because, of course, the Redeemer is not dead. It's still here. And he's called the repair drones down. He had to stasis the what do you call it? The Redeemer. He needs to move this tripod up there. Because if he gets the tripod up there, he can EMP it. But he's not moving the tripod into position. He's leaving it under the repair drones, which is understandable. Here's a rank on the... next spot. Oh, he moves out the way of that mine strike. We have vertigo bombers coming in. He will take that out. He destroys the tripod. He almost kills the hexapod, and the hexapod's going to teleport away. It's actually a tripod standing back here. Oh, he could have been a bit tricky and used master computer countermeasures if he did get the EMP down, just to hit him for 6. Although, I mean, Haru can basically just instantly re-EMP. Vertigo bombers now. I think he's down to just a single vertigo bomber remaining. Yeah, he's only got one left. Quite a lot of units have been shot down. Could be getting some repairs on these Venoms. 2 veteran ones there. Sorry, 2 veterans, 2 elites. He's going to get repairs on them now. I think he's looking to take that husk. But I mean, Haru does have a tripod here. He could destroy that. We'll do so. A Spectre artillery comes out. It's actually 2 Spectres, so maybe he thought this fight was going to go on for quite a bit longer. There's actually no harvesters in the field because I think most of them were just generally destroyed. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4. He's got a couple of harvesters scattered. He could definitely get some out. He's still holding 3 ref, which is just not necessary. Vertigo bomber coming in. I'm not sure where this vertigo bomber is going to try to do. Whether it's going to try to bomb mechapedes. It's actually getting quite close to that plasma missile battery there, and he spots it, and that's going to be the end of that vertigo bomber. Yeah, trying to bomb it, that's not going to work. It's too fast. You can't hit that. Planetary assault carrier standing by. He does have a gravity stabilizer. Will be pumping out another drone ship. Still has that growth accelerator, sorry. And it definitely would have paid for itself quite a bit by now because it's probably, I mean, it's been there for probably about half the game. Redeemer does have full health, which is a good advantage there. Will kill off that engineer. Could just go harass with the mechapedes. He's got the hexapod back down here. So Shoktrepet's not out of the woods just yet. He's actually rebuilt quite a number of these Venoms. He's going to need EMP buggies. I just don't think, yeah, he can engage the mechapedes with the Venoms. He might be able to snipe that one down. He focuses the head. Yeah, I think that was a mistake to separate them off because he has quite a few of them. I'm not sure where they are. Where are the rest of them? Did he lose them somehow? No, just a single mechapede there. They will find a tripod. I mean, Haru just has some scattered random units here. Now he's going to fire at that. Corrupt is going to respond. He does have a drone ship down here. And the Rage Gen will go off. And oh my god, he's going to walk straight into that. Oh, he just bypasses it. He sidesteps that Redeemer like a boss. He sidesteps the Redeemer like a boss. And now the Spectre Artillery here. The Spectre Artillery is actually going to start paying dividends now. And look at that. Teleports in. Oh my god, that was massive. He used the Swarm ability to reveal the Hexapod. Not the Hexapod, the Redeemer. And then he teleported in that tripod there, and now he's going all out for it. He doesn't re-EMP. He does not re-EMP, and he loses that as well. EMP buggies go off. It doesn't get the tripod because it had a shield on it. There's a Planetary Assault Carrier which can detect stealth. He should move that forward, keep the stealth detection going. There's not many Venoms left. The Hexapod is still alive. Spectre Artillery are firing. Venom's now getting torn to shreds. He's got a Planetary Assault Carrier that can detect stealth, one of the few screen units that actually detects stealth. The Mastermind as well was not actually sniped down during that engage, and he somehow is not crushing that. There you go. I was going to say he teleported directly on it and wasn't getting a crush off. The other Spectre is trying to move out the way. The Hexapod is pretty low on health here. He's taking damage. He's getting shot at from the Redeemer. He's getting shot at from the Obelisk. Teleports back. We do have heroic rocket squads here. So Haru really doesn't have a lot left. He's got that one Planetary Assault Carrier. He has no way to heal the Hexapod. Just remember, this is a Hexapod. It doesn't self-repair. He needs to repair it with his own units. Rage Gen will go off, but it doesn't hit the Planetary Assault Carrier. Oh, that Corrupt is probably going to be destroyed, and rear armor there. He needs to call it an Iron Storm, I think. Taking a little bit of damage there, and again, he's just managed to rebuild a bunch of Venoms. There you go, selling off one of those. Finally, there's a lot of Tiberium here. I mean, there's no Seeker tanks. There is just one Planetary Assault Carrier. He can definitely refine from here, but it's a problem because Haru has this field. There's actually quite a bit of Tiberium there. Is that Harvester going to go there? Well, that Harvester's not sure what he's doing, but he will go there, keeping this field dry. Not harvesting the dead Tib, which he could definitely be doing. Hexapod now has about a third of its health. Redeemer is looking very similar as well, so he's actually setting his Redeemer out with the hopes of doing something about that. Minefield comes down. He needs to be very careful. I mean, he could actually lose his Hexapod here, and that Spectre Artillery is going to be careful that doesn't. Oh, he will back out of it. The EMP buggies are moving forward. There's a Rage Gen goes off. He moves them forward. Will he get them in range? Oh, he should be able to get them in range. He will get them in range. Spectre Artillery firing now. That Hexapod even doing some additional damage there. I'm pretty sure his phase field's probably close to recharging. Not sure why that Planetary Assault Carrier was pulled so far back, but nonetheless, not able to do too much. Shoktrepet now is refining. Third Harvester joining the party here, so realizing he needs to actually get this Tib here. There's a lot of Tiberium here. There's actually blue Tib as well, but again, Haru is taking that. Haru is funding himself. Look at that, even just reorganizing his harvesters there. A little bit of Tiberium there as well. So Haru is able to fund himself, whereas Shoktrepet's having a lot of trouble doing that. One random Seeker tank. He's keeping the backfield somewhat dry. Teleports in the Hexapod, gets the last Spectre Artillery. That one Obelisk is definitely being quite annoying though. The drone ship, oh, he's a little bit way too close. You're going to have to deploy that down, but takes a lot of unnecessary damage there. Planetary Assault Carrier will come in and it will get that Harvester. Again, it can detect the stealth units here, and it's detecting the Harvesters. The drone platform is taking quite a bit of damage. We've got a Heroic Venom there. Yeah, we do have a Heroic Venom. And that Planetary Assault Carrier, it's still alive, but it has no ships left. It has no ships left. He needs to pull it back. It's still within range of that turret. He's taking unnecessary damage. He needs to get that Planetary Assault Carrier back, but he's completely distracted by the fact that his drone ship is under attack, and he's going to lose his last and only Planetary Assault Carrier there, which is very, very important in the grand scheme of things because it's his only stealth detection. And he does phase the drone ship, so he doesn't have the phase to use on the Hexapod. Oh my god, he had another nuclear missile. I completely forgot about that, but it doesn't actually do much. It kills some Corruptors, but everything else was phased. He was trying to hit the Hexapod, and he actually surprisingly does a fair bit of damage to the Hexapod, or the Hexapod is quite low. Beacon coming in here. There's probably a Vapor Bomb. Oh, he loses the plane there. There's a plasma missile battery there as well. Quite a few scattered ones. And here we go. Devastator warships are coming. So I think Haru's like, alright, cool. I just need Devastator warships. There's actually no stealth towers here, so... What is that? Those are some fast Storm Riders. But it was another asteroid. It looked like the shadow of Storm Riders there. Probably Master Leaf just fine-tuning things a little bit there. Or maybe it's supposed to be there. I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to that support power ability. Devastator warship almost dead for some reason. Something took a swing at it. Repair drones have to be called in because he's just so desperate. Devastator warship now attacking this sand battery. I'm not sure if it's actually going to get it. And again, this whole time, there has been no Tib core. The Venoms, again, cleaning this up. And again, the Venoms have caught another Devastator warship here. And they can simply just focus it down because there's two heroic Venoms there again. Oh, look at that. Takes some pretty significant hull damage. And the rest will escape. But again, that's really hard. Rage Gen goes off. It causes the hexapod. Yeah, just going to take a swing of that tripod just momentarily. EMP buggy's coming in, and oh, he does move them out the way. Mind Strike somehow gets off, even though there's a turret there, but the other turret over here was destroyed. EMP did go off, but the hexapod was teleported out the way. Had to teleport back quite far. He's actually got a second drone ship. He's got two. Maybe he thought he was going to lose one, and he accidentally rebuilt another one by mistake, but he has got two. Shoktrepet just really struggling to get this Tib field. I mean, he could just sell the Templar Nod now. I mean, does he really think he's going to get it off for a third time, considering how the game, well, the current situation the game is in? The Redeemer has just been keeping this back, but this is the thing. EMP buggies are there. They're there. They will get an EMP off, and the Spectre Artillery has not been destroyed, and this one obelisk, which is still going, is causing problems. Another EMP buggy gets the EMP off. Unless Haru has the phase field, he will be losing. Now, he's going to use the stasis field there. Stasis field. That's a big play, by the way. That's a big move, because now he's going to move the tripod in. Again, he has master computer countermeasures, so he can reawaken himself from a single attack. That stealth detection there being a bit of a problem. Look at that, the hexapod. As soon as it comes out of there, I think he's going to try to teleport that out. I think Shoktrepet should make sure, and he does get the EMP off. Oh my god, it doesn't work. Oh, yes, it does work. It does work. That was weird. It looked like it didn't work, but it does work. EMP on the Redeemer. They may both be losing their epic units here. Oh, the obelisk was EMP'd. The obelisk was EMP'd. It's back up and running now, but he might be able to go. Oh, the face field comes down. That's devastating. That is devastating for Shoktrepet. He's got it on one bar. I think, is he going to try to just focus it down? A Rage Gen will go off. Oh, will the Rage Gen go off? It didn't look like the Rage Gen was going to go off, and so many Corruptors healing this now. Oh man, if Haru gets away with this, and look at that, all those units being destroyed there. This is disastrous for Shoktrepet there. I mean, if he didn't lose his Redeemer, maybe it'd be okay, but he's lost it, and he couldn't get the hexapod. It just went from bad to worse there for Shoktrepet, and we've got these Devastator warships coming in now. He's got quite a lot of infantry, and they're trying to focus down the Corruptors, and they are getting the Corruptors. The hexapod will unphase, but if all the Corruptors are dead, he won't have anything to help repair it. One Spectre Artillery firing from the back lines. Trying to get... The Devastator warship was just killing all the infantry, though. That's the problem. They're so good against infantry because they do grenade damage, and they can just flatten big, long rows of it. And look at that. Repair pods coming in. There's still two Corruptors, and I think that's it. Shoktrepet's just decided he wants out, and I don't blame him. But yeah, the opportunity for both teams to win that game was definitely there. For them to both take a victory, but at the end of the day, Haruspex just persists, and yeah, the differentiation of the money there. I mean, if he just sent like 2 stealth tanks around the back, he could have caused Haru some serious problems. If he'd managed to remine that base that was under siege a bit better, not wait too long. But yeah, that's the story right there. If we go to the kill-death ratio, that was actually better for Haru, so there you go. But I mean, probably because a lot of infantry was built on Shoktrepet, but not able to build up enough Spectre Artillery, not able to get the EMP. I mean, the EMPs were effective, but not enough. Like, he could have done a bit of a better job. Just felt like, yeah, Shoktrepet could have pulled off the W there, but again, it was both up for grabs for both sides at multiple times. At the end of the day, Haru manages to push through in that game there, so well done to both players. My name's Green Zero. I will catch you all in the next video.